Welcome back, PlayStation fans, Martin Sim Racing fans alike. Look, we have a big announcement yesterday from PD and from Kaz, and you can see it on the screen. I'm not going to take the time to read it all. You can read it for yourself, but this was on the PlayStation blog yesterday, and it does state, and you can see the arrow pointing to it, that online races and all races in Gran Turismo 7 will be supported by the PSVR2 headset. All tracks, all cars, all races, everything. The only thing you're not getting is two-player split screen, which who cares, man? I mean, this is an unbelievable announcement, and I could not be more excited. Last week, I pre-ordered this thing, knowing that they said it was going to be in the game, knowing there was a chance that it would be like Gran Turismo Sport, and it would not take advantage of the whole game. It would just be a few things you could do, but I had a feeling that it was going to be the whole game, and I could not be more excited. I mean, it may sound stupid, but ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be in the game, and I've done a lot of VR. I had a PSVR1. We have an Oculus here, but look, this is going to be better. The eye tracking, the foveated rendering, the haptic feedback in the headset. Here is some footage of me playing Gran Turismo Sport in VR, and I recorded this footage yesterday. I hooked up my PSVR1 headset to my PlayStation 5, and that's what you're seeing. And if you've never done this, it's worth $550. That's all I can tell you. It's worth more than $550 because you're not just playing a game with some cars. If you have a wheel and a pedal set and a cockpit and everything, then you need to have the VR. I mean, because when you hold on to the wheel in real life, and then in the game he's holding on to the wheel, he's turning with you. When you hit the curb, you can feel it in the wheel. I mean, it's like you're in that car. I believe this is the Mustang Group 3 race car in GT Sport. But you can look around the car, you can look in the back seat, you can look out the back window, you can look out the side windows, and you can see this don't look terrible. Just imagine PSVR2 is going to be unbelievable. It's going to be raining, it's going to be nighttime on the offline races. You can drive a Volkswagen van. We're going to show you all the cars. I mean, you're going to be able to drive any car in the game, and you're going to have this feeling like you're in the game. And I'm speaking to people who've never done this. Like, when people talk about it, it's underwhelming to me how they describe it. It's not like, oh yeah, it's okay. It's like, no, it's mind-blowing. It is absolutely mind-blowing that inside of my house I can have something like this. And some people say, well, $550, that's too much. No, not for the technology in this headset. They got to be losing money on this thing. I'm telling you, to be able to do what they're saying it's going to be able to do, it's $550 is a bargain. I understand that not everybody can afford it, but you're just going to have to save your money if you can't afford it and you want it, and eventually get it. If you're playing on controller, I still think it'll be awesome. I played GT Sport and VR on a controller some. I didn't play GT Sport a lot, to be honest with you, anyway, but I did play it some on the controller and VR just to try it out before I had my wheel and my rig, and it was still good. It was still amazing, but now it is on a whole nother level when you have a wheel stand and you have a rig. But I've seen a few people talk about this announcement, but it doesn't seem like nobody's excited enough for me. I mean, I'm super excited. It's going to be mind-blowing, and I can't wait. I'm going to take off work when that thing comes in, and I'm going to stream. I'm not going to stream, probably. I'm not a big streamer, but I'm going to have a lot of footage for you guys racing in different environments and different cars. I mean, even, it's just when you think about all the cars in the game, the old cars, the Formula One cars, the make-believe cars, single-seater make-believe cars, the prototype cars, you're going to be able to sit in the car and look around the cockpit, look at the buttons, because they've got all this stuff in so much detail that we don't really actually see it, because most of us don't race in cockpit view, and it's not the same as racing in cockpit view. Anybody tells you it's the same, it ain't the same. I mean, when a car comes up beside you, you're going to look out your window and see them going by. It's going to be like driving in real life. I mean, it's going to be absolutely amazing. It's just amazing. That's all you can say. It's going to be amazing. I know it's going to be great because I have this right now. I can get on here and do this right now, and this is amazing, even though there's no one else on track besides one computer driver. And he's nowhere close to you because, I mean, he sucks, because I'm not that good at Gran Turismo Sport really anyway, and I mean, they're not even close. So, but this is Spa, and the Mustang, I mean, just look at it. You imagine it's going to be at night. It's going to be raining. You're going to have all these different things that you can do. All these different cars. You're going to actually be able to drive them. It's the closest you'll ever get to driving some of these cars ever. You're never going to go and drive some of these cars around a racetrack in the world's greatest racetracks. They know the game. People give GT7 a hard time. They know the game doing this. Now this is a different car here, and I'm looking around the cockpit. I believe that this is the. Not 100% sure what car I was driving. I think it may be a Subaru. I'm not sure. But you can see me racing the computer right here, the one computer driver, and we're at Nuremberg GT circuit, which is Daily Race C right now on GT7. But actually, I think that's where we're at. Maybe it's somewhere different. It doesn't matter. Just look how I'm getting up close, and the perspective you get in VR it's like it's real. It's not like being on a big screen TV. It's like a whole nother level. It's like it's there. It seems strapping a television screen 6 inches from your eyes wouldn't produce that. But look, I'm looking at him through the side. I'm like, am I going to hit him? Am I going to hit him? And now I'm looking at, boom. I wish they had like gloves you could wear where you can like wave at the guy or something when you're going by online racing. Oh, and I try to dive bomb him here and knock him off the track. So you can just see how amazing VR can be and the potential it has. This is on PlayStation 5, but this is a PlayStation 4 game. So just think about what we're fixing to get into with PSVR2. I mean, it's going to be mind-blowing. It's just amazing. You look into the rearview camera instead of the rearview mirror because that car has a rearview camera. Now I'm going to show you this footage right here is from the game Dirt Rally, not Dirt Rally 2.0, but the first Dirt Rally. And they on PlayStation 4 VR1, you could play this entire game, everything, in VR. But the graphics were, well, they were PlayStation 2 graphics basically, maybe PlayStation 3 or somewhere in between. They were terrible. But I did this yesterday on my PlayStation 5, re-downloaded the game and everything, and I mean, it still gives you an idea of what it will be like to play Gran Turismo 7 on PlayStation VR2. It's just going to be much, much better. Like the rendering, the graphics, it's going to be more realistic, so it's going to be more immersive. But I mean, we have had, I just want to show this footage to say, for years now, we've had the potential to do, as I wipe out in the snowbank, we've had the potential to use this technology. I think it's funny, you know, wipe out like that, and the guy, you know, that calling out the calls there, he's just looking at his paper. He's not even looking up. We almost died, you know. But like, it's just, we've had the potential, but they've had all these years to work on improving it. The foveated rendering, you know, whatever I'm looking at is going to be 4K. Things in the peripherals will not be 4K. So, you know, that's more realistic, like your eye really works. It's good. There's going to be haptic feedback in the headset. And I don't know how that's going to apply to GT7. You know, if I, you know, run into a wall, is it going to buzz the side of my head real hard to kind of freak me out? And is that going to freak me out too much? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I going to get so immersed that I'm going to be like, you know, screaming if I wreck or something? I don't know. I just can't wait to do it. It's a dream come true. I'm going to get to step inside of Gran Turismo 7 as if it is real. I mean, the potential for video content, content creation all through YouTube, and just doing the World Series races as if I'm sitting in the car. Are you kidding me? I mean, we ain't had that capability. Not on PlayStation 1. You know, and we just talked about Gran Turismo Sport. We had very limited VR capability. But Dirt Rally did have the whole game, but it's not Gran Turismo 7. I mean, it was a fun game. I enjoyed it. But, you know, just the number of cars, it's just amazing what we're going to be able to do. Okay, look right here. This is footage from inside these cockpits of some of these cars, you know, in Gran Turismo 7. And I'm just wanting you to see, like, I'm going to be sitting, in a few weeks, I'm going to be sitting in that car, driving it at lightning blazing speeds. You triple monitors, you know, none of that's going to compare to the sense of speed that we'll have when we're sitting in these cars. So it's just going to be flat out amazing. I mean, you look at the steering wheel, you're gonna look around, look at all the wiring that's exposed. You're going to be able to get a different idea about the cars. And also, you know, if you're thinking about it, I'm going to sit in that car, that Tomahawk, baby. I'm going to let her eat. You know, think about what that does for for the game, making money wise, you know, we're going to want some of these cars more than we ever have if we had the VR headset too. Because we're going to be like, look, I didn't really care about this car, but now I want to buy the car because I want to see what it's like to sit inside and drive it. You know, so it changes things. Look at the old Mustang right here. I mean, that's what I'm getting at. Like, I'm going to sit in that old Mustang. I'm going to hear it in 3D audio, and I'm going to drive it on any track I want. Change the weather conditions. I'm just going to mess around in it, right? I can put whatever paint scheme I want, you know, my favorite sports team, whatever I want to do. I mean, I'm going to drive that car in a couple weeks. I'm going to be inside the game driving that car. And I just want to hit that home. The old Volkswagen van. I mean, you could have an online race with Volkswagen vans with all kinds of crazy stuff painted on the outside. It's just the potential when you really stop and think what it means. Like, I'm sitting inside that van. I'm going to throw a turbocharger, some nitrous on that van, and I'm going to see what happens and see if I can't roll it over, you know. But it looks really strange too, the guy with the helmet, my character, I guess, driving the car. It kind of looks weird. This is the old McLaren F1 car. I'm going to sit inside that car. Now, I did drive an F1 car, the Mercedes one, on Gran Turismo Sport. And when you lock the wheels up by hitting the brake too hard, like, you can see the wheel skidding on the pavement. Like, I'm telling you, people are underwhelmingly talking about this. This is not just a little thing. If you can afford it, you're going to want to get it. You're going to want to, I'm telling you, there's some things you just need to be able to do. Now, I want to talk a little bit about my DR, a quick DR update. My DR did improve this week. As you can see right there on that last screen, it goes up. So we're edging closer and closer to A, but we're not there yet, okay? I'm trying to kind of spam the Daily Race B. I ain't raced it that many times, but I have an alternate account that I built up to a low B, so I can kind of get on there, and if I'm finishing top 5 on it, racing against top B drivers, then when I get over on my main account, I know that I'm not going to lose DR. You know, if I have a bad race, I'm in the middle of the pack. So, you know, I did have like a podium finish yesterday. Didn't want to do a video on the race yet. Probably going to hopefully have some better runs. But I have had some good races on there. Just a sprint race at Atlanta with the Group 4 cars. And it's been fun. A lot of fun. The game is good. Gran Turismo 7 is a good game for all the complainers. I mean, I don't get it. I come from an era where when we had the first 2 or 3 games, you know, we didn't have online updates. I mean, now, you get the game, you're like, well, there ain't no cars on it. And they're adding cars all the time. And these other games, it's like, buy this pack for $20 more. Gran Turismo says, like, here's 2 new tracks for free. Here's 15 new cars over the course of several months. And they're constantly fixing stuff. It might take them a while, but they're fixing it. Like, I'm not saying the game's perfect, but I think it's a good game. And I think it's getting better and better and better and better. I mean, you know, hey, there's other simulators that are more realistic. I get that. I have ACC on PlayStation 5, but guess what? Say it's realistic, that's fine, that's true. It ain't as fun. And you know it. You might be an ACC fan, but you know it's not as fun. It is not as fun as Gran Turismo, and you know it. But look, guys, it's been a long rant, long video. Probably nobody's listening by this point, but I'm super, super, super excited about PlayStation VR2. Like, I can't even sleep. I'm so excited. This is just an amazing announcement for me. It's a big deal. I think it's going to be awesome. I think people aren't just blowing it up enough. It needs to be all over the internet. Hope you enjoyed me talking about it. Hope you're excited about it. Let me know in the comments, hey, I'm getting this, or I'm going to get this eventually. I've already pre-ordered it. I'm as excited as you are, or you're crazy, you're overblowing this, it ain't going to be that great. I don't care what you say. It's just the way I feel. Everybody's going to have an opinion. I have experienced, like I said, a little bit of this VR with Gran Turismo Sport and some other games, and Gran Turismo 7 and VR2 is going to be amazing. Roll Tide, y'all have a good week. Hope you have some good races.